Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Tanner from TanmanBaseballFan.com and ConsecoCollector.com. I wanted to show off a massive game used bat collection. So there's probably about 30 or so game used bats in here. There's some that are just signed, some that are cracked, some that are signed, some that are cracked and signed. Very cool stuff. I wanted to go through some of them here. I am selling this as a lot here, so if anybody's interested, let me know. But let me read a little bit about this first, so that way I can, kind of tell you a little more what's in here. It says the majority span from the 90s to mid-2000s. There's even some, I think, from the 70s and 80s as well. Everyone from Andy Stankiewicz to Rico Cardi and Jerry Hairston to Shannon Stewart and Felix Jose. There's a couple minor league bats, but the rest are pro. Some are signed, some cracked, some signed and cracked. And so I'll just go ahead and dig in here, and I'll show you kind of what I have right now. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so here's the majority of the bats. You see some also up here, like on the right. There's like 4 or 5. Yeah, there's 4 team signed. 2000, 2001, 2002. Tucson Sidewinders bats that are game used and autographed by the team there. It's very, very cool. There's a lot of neat things here. The vast majority are game used from the majors, though. So this, for instance, this is a Felix Jose game used bat, and all kinds of others in there as well. And I'll go ahead and pull out a few others just to kind of show you what's here. Okay, so all these were acquired by a very big-time game used collector. And he just got a bunch of other stuff as well. But what he would do is he would go to all of these estate sales and the team auction. So a lot of the stuff is directly from the team or from other estate sales. So all the stuff is absolutely legitimate. So there's a couple things I want to show you here, just kind of to give you a little bit of an idea without going through 30 plus bats to show you what all's here. But this first one, this right here, Brian Harper, let's see, there, he had, if I remember correctly, he played for the Twins. I think he was on the 1991 World Series team. There are World Series champions in here. It's awesome to have this stuff that, like all this wood that was used in like a real Major League Baseball game. I think that's awesome. You have no idea, who was throwing the pitch that these bats were swinging at and connecting on. I mean, there could be all kinds of Hall of Fame pitchers that, these bats went up against. But I think it'd be really cool for a collector to have these, or even somebody to just make something really awesome out of all of them also, to have like a game-used chair or desk or whatever. Or pieces, which, by the way, I want to show you all this also. This is kind of like a throw-in a little bit, but there's 2 of them. See this? I don't remember who signed these. I would have to check. Well, this guy was a 2005 All-Star. But anyway, so what you see here is these are sawed off. And you see in the middle, from what I recall, if I remember correctly, these were actually purchased from the Fleer bankruptcy auction. So apparently Fleer was going to do something with these. Whether that means that they just took the knobs and were doing something with them, and I feel like maybe these holes were probably set up for whenever they would chop up the bat to put the bat pieces in the cards. Really cool piece of baseball card history, by the way, for this. So very neat. And there's 2 of them, like I said. Beautiful. They stand upright, so if you wanted to have them, just kind of as decoration, I guess you could do that too. Let's see what else here. Here's another bat. So this is a genuine pro stock game used bat. It's signed by Brian Mattis and Matt Wieters. It's game used. I'm not sure which one it was game used by because it wasn't marked, unfortunately. But this is probably one of my favorite bats here because you see the markings of Rawlings from the baseball transferred onto this bat. They hit the ball hard, whoever this was. So anyways, it's just a real neat piece. I really like that. My favorite part, like I said, is just all of the transfer markings. That's cool stuff. So next one, This is Kenny Lofton. It's not a game used bat. This is just a game model bat. but it is signed by him. He was with the Indians. I remember him as an Indian in the early to mid 90s. I think he came up with the Astros actually, which is pretty awesome. But anyways, he all I remember him as a member of the Cleveland Indians. He might have played for 5 other teams. I'm not really sure. But next up, this is a Bo Porter game used bat. There's all kinds of cool different colorings as far as bats go as well. So it's really neat to see the dark brown, the light brown, the black, all that. So this right here is a Gary Maddox gamer. This is probably a lot older of one. And Rico Cardi. So that's a really cool piece there too. I'll show 2 other bats, and that's basically kind of all, but for now. But this right here, this is a game model Harmon Killebrew bat. This is quite possibly my favorite out of the whole thing. It's a very rare bat. It's very neat. So it's the same specs and everything as what Killebrew would use. Beautiful piece of history. I mean, he was nicknamed Killer. He's in a Hall of Fame. He's had over 500 home runs, and if I recall correctly, I don't know if there is any more than that, but he is a big deal, obviously. If you're a baseball fan, you know who Killebrew is. So this one, I think this is Juan Pierre, if I remember correctly, because that one's signed. And there is one more I wanted to show here. Okay, so here's the last one. This is a George Bell gamer right here. This guy is a Blue Jay legend. I think he was for the Blue Jays there. I think he played for maybe a few other teams as well, perhaps. But it's signed also, and it is cracked. Let's see. Yeah, right there also. So he hit the ball hard. There's the little taping on the bottom as well. So very cool. So there aren't any Babe Ruth or Ty Cobb game used bats or Mike Trout or anything like that, but it's an awesome lot. So anyways, if you're interested, let me know, and thanks for watching.